I've got the Apple Vision Pro in my hands, and I've had it for almost a month, and I've waited all this time to leave this review. I've used it quite a bit. I'm gonna give you guys the details on what nobody is telling you about this thing, about some of the great features and about some of the terrible things about this, so stay tuned, okay? I wanna start with saying everyone is right about this. Every review you've seen, the quality, the resolution is fantastic. When you look into this thing, I can't explain how good the quality is. You see everything crystal clear, like crystal clear, better than you can when you're watching just your normal TV in HD or 4K even or whatever. The quality's fantastic, so no complaints on that. The dinosaur experience in here is amazing. They have some cool 3D stuff in here, but let me mix in some of the bad. The comfort of wearing this thing is unbearable for any period longer than like 30 minutes, honestly. When I put this thing on for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, even an hour, sometimes I've left it on, it starts hurting my face so bad. There's red marks all over your face because it really presses up against your face really hard. My biggest issue with this thing is the comfort level. Apple needs to make this thing more comfortable. The future versions need to be more comfortable because I can't imagine a world in which I want to wear this thing and watch any 2D content, like a random movie or something like that I can just watch on my TV. The only time I wear something like this is to watch virtual reality, not for spatial computing either. I think wearing this for spatial computing or watching any 2D content, even 3D content, like watching like a whole 3D movie, is pretty impractical because of how uncomfortable it is. But if you're putting it on to watch like a virtual reality movie, let's say, even if it's like 90 minutes long, I feel like you can withstand it because it's virtual reality and you're actually doing something inside here that you can't do outside of here. So the biggest value I see in this thing is using it for virtual reality, right? Because that's the only thing I would personally want to use it for, because the comfort level doesn't allow me to use it for anything else, literally. So the virtual reality on here is fantastic, but there's so little of it. There's almost nothing of it. Nobody is talking about this. Like all the Apple Vision reviews I've seen, people are not mentioning that there is no virtual reality on here, basically. There's like 5 short videos on the Apple TV app of like showing you what the virtual reality would be. But if you go to the web browser, you can't play virtual reality videos from anywhere on the web on this thing as of right now. So hopefully they get to a point where they change that and you can watch virtual reality content, especially on YouTube. I heard YouTube's coming out with an app, but who knows when that's going to come out, right? So Apple is right in marketing it like the spatial computer, because they can't market this as a VR headset because there's literally you can't really play VR on here, which is crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. And it's funny because I was watching a Marques Brownlee review of the Apple Vision Pro, and he had mentioned this is a VR headset. No, it's not. It's supposed to be a VR headset, but there's no VR on it yet. Hopefully in some months, maybe in a month or 2 or 3 months, their VR developers are going to start, developing VR apps, more VR apps and stuff. Like there's a couple of games in here you can play on VR, and but there's just honestly not that much to do right now until they put more apps on there, until the YouTube app comes on there, until you can view web VR videos. So yeah, for me personally, if you're thinking about buying this, I would say if you're fine with the uncomfortableness, then you should probably buy it because it's such high quality. The immersive environments are really cool on here. Like the pass-through is pretty good when you do the pass-through where you put it on and you can see the world around you. And it's a little bit hard to kind of like look at your phone up close, and it's not incredible, but the pass-through is pretty good. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's a high quality thing. It's amazing. I think in future versions, Apple needs to make this lighter, way lighter, and just more comfortable to wear. Because when you wear this thing, when I was watching the reviews before I purchased it, I was like, it's gonna be fine. How heavy can it be? It's like 1 point something pounds. I forget the number even, but it feels really heavy on your face. It's quite drastic. The field of view is a little bit smaller than your Meta Quest 3. So the field of view is like, it's hard to describe. It's almost like you're looking through like big binoculars when you put it on. That's the best way I could describe it. Like it's big binoculars though, not like really tiny binoculars. So the field of view is not that bad. It's okay. It's not as good as the Meta Quest, but quality being what it is, it just makes it a great product. I just think that once they put more VR effort into this, once the apps come on this thing is going to be amazing. And that's why I will not return this thing. It's going to be fantastic once the VR apps come on here and you can play maybe more VR games or watch VR movies or something like that. You can't do any of that right now with this. None of it, literally zero. So for me, when I put this thing on and I deal with the uncomfortable nature of it, I want to be doing something in this thing that I cannot do outside outside of this thing. So as far as entertainment goes, like 97% of the movies and things to do in here are 2D content. You can watch YouTube in 2D, just like watch like a massive YouTube screen, but I don't see any reason to do that, like I said, because it's so uncomfortable to watch any 2D content. I'd much rather watch it on my TV. I don't care if it's a smaller screen or whatever. It's just more comfortable. So for me personally, I even left feedback. The Apple team, I went to Apple/feedback. I left some feedback. I told them, listen, you got to bring some VR on here, because that's the only reason I think most people are going to be using a machine like this, a headset like this, to watch VR content, because you know that's something you can't do other than with this headset. That's the value of this headset. You put this heavy, bulky thing, uncomfortable thing on, you want to be able to do something in it that you cannot do outside of it. Very simply put. I hope Apple gets the message. I hope they do something about this and bring a lot more VR content. I hope YouTube hurries up with their app and gets that out there. But for now, if I was to give advice, if somebody was asking me, Jack, should I buy this? For most people, I would say no. As of now, I would say wait for it to just get more VR stuff on there so you can actually use it. So I would say wait, honestly. I would say wait until they bring the VR stuff on there. And even when the VR stuff comes, I would buy this only as an entertainment device, not for spatial computing and not for anything 2D. Right? Because unless, you know, eventually, you know, like in a couple of years, probably 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, they're eventually going to come out to a point where this thing's going to be super light. It's going to be very comfortable. And maybe you want to watch some 2D content there. I don't know. It's not there yet. I will tell you that right now. It is not there yet. But yeah, overall, I'm still satisfied with my purchase of this product. I would not return it. Like I said, I'm just going to wait it out until they bring more VR stuff. And I'm excited to see what the future holds. I really, truly believe that VR is the future, guys. Virtual reality is unreal when you get involved in high quality virtual reality. Like the small amounts of videos in here, there's probably a total of like 1 hour of virtual reality content on the Apple TV apps, 5 different things. There's like an animal thing, there's a promotion video, there's an Alicia Keys kind of thing. VR is the future. I will tell you that. VR is the future. They also give you a sneak peek of how VR would look when you're live at a soccer game or when you're live at a baseball game. And it's really, 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 really fantastic, guys. The future is going to be so bright now that this thing is here. And once they improve it further and further, you know, the second version, the third version, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with virtual reality in the future. It's going to be fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I know it's a little bit of a different video than I usually do, but like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of these kind of videos. I can review random stuff that I buy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Take care.